minute before 3 o'clock. We're live and local on this it's Thursday. Thursday, the 1st of July. I know that. It is the start of a new month. And I also know that Sunday is Independence Day, July 4th. It's going to be a much more exciting July 4th than last year. We're getting back into life. Doesn't it feel good? I love it. So, hey, my next guest is Paris Cluff with Financial Self-Reliance.net. Hey, Paris.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
I know you've been on before, but this is my first time interviewing you.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot to talk about. Now, you are from the Fresno area, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you're moving.
I am, yeah.
To Utah.
Yep, moving out of state.
Are you like you were saying, you're nervous / excited?
Yes, absolutely.
Nerve-sided.
Nervous-sided,
Yeah.
That's what I say.
But the cool thing is that people will still be able to stay in touch with you because you've launched this new YouTube channel through Financial Self-Reliance.
Yeah.
So, your main goal is to help people take control of their finances and do the right thing. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
There's too many people that don't really understand how money works. They don't understand how to really put together a budget. They're not really managing their money properly. They're not protecting it properly, and they're not growing it. And so my goal is to help people manage, protect, and grow their money so that they can have more control. I feel like if people knew what to do, they would do the right thing. We'd have less stress, less problems in the world financially. And then being self-reliant was a little bit different than some of the other financial things that people, independence and all those things kind of all correlate. But being self-reliant is the ability to take on whatever life throws at you and be able to handle it. Have the skills, have the mindset, just be able to handle what life sends your way, because we know that life has a way of sending us all kinds of crazy stuff from time to time.
Sure does. Yeah, it's a roller coaster for sure. But yeah, the financial part is the most stressful, I feel.
Yeah.
If you don't have, if you don't have a rainy day fund, that can become a nightmare. I know marriages are destroyed because of financial stuff.
I think the bar says the number one reason why people put down for the reason for the divorce is financial stress and strain.
Wow.
And imagine a family being destroyed because if they would just sit down with a coach that can kind of help the husband and wife or the partners kind of measure their financial personalities, their financial behaviors, and then help coach them through some of those things. Because I have a saying that says that money has more to do with behaviors and habits than it does with math. And because of that, a lot of people don't realize that their behaviors and their habits can be changed, and they can learn new habits, and they can actually have a good relationship with money.
Tell us your background, because you've done a lot in the financial sector.
Yeah, so in 2001, I was licensed as a financial services professional. It's kind of funny because I was working for a company and I qualified for the 401k. And at the time, I barely knew how to spell 401k. I didn't even know what it was. And my coworkers were like, hey, you should just, I asked some of my coworkers, how should I invest? And some of them were like, well, just throw darts. We flipped coins. We just threw it all in the company stock. And I thought, this is an important decision. I don't want to just make a decision based on that. So I actually went out and read a ton of books, and I was learning what to do for myself, and had a coworker say, Paris, can you teach me what you're doing? And as I shared with her some of the things I was learning, how to really invest properly and take the risks and rewards ratio, all that stuff, she said, Paris, you have a gift. You should do this for a living. I finally understand what it means to invest properly and manage my money properly. Like, you should do this. And I thought, and to that point, I hadn't even thought about it. So I've been licensed. I was licensed in 2001 till about 2017 as a registered investment advisor. From about 2008 or 9, after that crisis that we had then, I had a lot of business upheaval and made a shift. And I actually do a lot with my insurance license now with Medicare and life insurance and annuities and things like that. And then last year, I wanted to get back into coaching, and I wanted to do a coaching business where I could help, do seminars and things like that. But then COVID hit, and no more seminars, nothing in person. So I thought, you know what? How can I get the message out, helping people understand financial literacy? And YouTube was the perfect venue.
So, and you plan to do a lot more with the channel as you move forward, huh?
Absolutely. So not only do I want to put content out on a regular basis, but I have some courses that I can sell that people can log in. They can buy the course and do a whole course just at their own pace, at their own leisure, online course, the video courses with workbooks and everything else that they can do. So I'm trying to keep it pretty self-sustaining and self-sufficient, self-reliant. You know, kind of that same genre. Just kind of keep it there.
It looks great. I mean, your channel, we're looking at it next to you, and yeah, it looks freaking awesome. Have you had fun doing this?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a new venture, you know.
Well, my wife was funny. She says, how in the world is an insurance guy and an investment guy going to know anything about video editing and cameras and all that stuff? And I thought, well, I don't know, but if it can be learned, I can learn it. And that's kind of the motto of the channel. If investing can be learned, you can learn it. If anything in life can be learned by someone, anyone can learn it. And I believe that wholeheartedly, that if you just get the right coach, the right teacher, teach you in the right way, that anybody can learn how to do some of these. Anybody can learn how to invest, how to budget, how to get out of debt faster. They can learn all those things. It's all learnable skills.
Now, do you still do Medicare?
I do.
You do? Okay. You want to talk about that real quick?
So every year during open enrollment, that is October 15th to December 7th, that's when a lot of the folks who have been on Medicare for a long time, who qualify for Medicare can make changes for the new year. And then all throughout the year, as people are turning 65, they have a few months before they turn 65 to kind of get things in order, and then a few months after 65 in case they miss the window to get things squared away. But if you're turning 65 in the near future, I can help. And or if you want to learn anything about anything from budgeting, managing, to investing, to insurance, anything like that, that's what I do.
You know, one of the things that I am upset with, or I'm upset at with myself, is when I was in my early 20s, I really did stupid things, you know, getting credit cards. I bought a house when I was like 19, which was a terrible decision that I later found out. But I mean, I know it's hard to tell somebody in their early 20s, hey, you know, start doing the right thing early.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, how do you make that point to them?
Well, I was sitting in a house not 5-6 years ago, and it was a Medicare appointment, but it got to financial stuff, and I was nervous to sit on the couch. I thought I'd break it. I looked in the cupboards because they were talking about their medicines, and they pretty much just had medicines, and they were really, really not doing well. And they turned to me and said, their whole life they always bought the new car, they always had the new lease, they always had the new house, they always had the upgrades and did everything. But when they made it to retirement age, they actually never saved anything, and they had nothing. And they were living in they were living in a mobile home park. Not that that's bad, but it was, you know, traditionally from what they were used to, it was not the same. And they said, when I turned to her, I said, what advice would you give a younger person? And she said, save money and don't worry about buying the latest and greatest. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Right. I may not look like it, but I have 2 kids that are in their 20s. And
oh, wow.
I'm teaching my son and my daughter both. I have one of each in their 20s. And I say, look, save money. Put money aside now. If you're 20 years old and you saved $100 a month in an average retirement account, even just in a brokerage account, $100 a month earning about 8 or 9%, which is the average, you could be a millionaire when you're 65. And so I tell my kids, put 200 and you'll get there faster.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So they're excited because they understand that, and they've had me teach that. And what's fun is when I hear them talk to me, they said, Dad, I was talking to some friends about money, and I just realized how much you really taught us, because none of my friends understand half the stuff that I already do.
Right. Well, yeah, start early. Check out Paris's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Financial Self-Reliance. Safe travels, and I'd love to keep doing interviews via Zoom.
Perfect.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think it'd be good to do it, you know, every few months with the latest and greatest financial advice. So,
absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Good to meet you.
You bet. Thank you.
Right. I'm Austin Reed. You are watching Central Valley Talk. We're back with more live local guests coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.